Hey. Hey. Welcome back to Jordan, Jules, and Justin.
Side note, he called me earlier when he pulled up to my house and said that It scared me.
Shane hates it.
Does he?
That's why I just did that
I would
intro
have thought
for
that
him.
he loved that.
No.
For some reason.
Nope.
Why does he hate it?
Because I do it every single time I call him. Every time
Now
I
just
answer the phone.
Oh my god, wait, can we call Shane real quick? He's not going to answer. Watch him answer for you, though. I thought you said dead.
Hello?
Hey.
Who the told you to do that?
Hey.
God damn it, Jules. What do you want from me?
Hey.
Stop it. What do you want? Is Jordan there?
Hey.
God damn it.
Hey. How you doing, buddy?
What do you want?
We're filming an episode and we wanted to torment you.
Jules just wanted to test the hay.
I'll be now calling you once a day to do that. All right, bye, Shaney.
I'm gonna call the cops on you.
Do it.
Anywho,
Hey,
we
guys.
are doing Am I
The Devil.
Jules handpicked these stories once again. She went out into the little Reddit garden with her sun hat and little basket, all cheery-eyed and happy. And when she came out, she was like this. But anywho, I'm going to be starting us off today. Jules, before we do start, how are you doing this week?
Pretty similar to last week. Chilling.
1 week
chilling.
closer to your European vacation.
I know.
1 week passed since your...
So it's 24 days last week. And so next week it'll be...
Yeah, go ahead, Jules. Do the math. You brought in the numbers.
Yeah. 17 days.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, 17. Anywho, I'm starting us off today. So, this was posted by Reality Sum 3605. Am I the devil pulls from a lot of Am I the a-hole?
Yeah.
So when we read it, don't worry about it. Am I the a-hole? For not wanting to cancel our honeymoon, despise what happened with my brother-in-law. My husband, M, 32, and I, F, 24, just got married 3 weeks ago, and we are currently celebrating our honeymoon. The plan was to travel for 2 months from different countries of Europe, Asia, Africa, and we are currently in Spain, and where we're supposed to take a plane to Morocco in 2 days. However, my husband wants to cut the trip short and go back to our home. The thing is, my brother is in a horrible situation. His wife and daughter had a car crash, and they're on the hospital. The kid is fine, but the wife is to be a little bit longer in the hospital. That's all I know. I told my husband that I understand he wants to support his brother, but that he's not a doctor, so he can't do anything to help, really. And my brother's wife is fine. She'll probably only have a broken leg or something, and that's why she needs more days in the hospital. I told him to just call his brother and ask to talk to his wife, or talk with his wife, so he can send her his best wishes. And that's all that he can do, honestly. His parents and his in-laws are helping with the kids, so there's really nothing they need help with. I told him our honeymoon was important because it's time to ourselves, to enjoy and spend together. He wasn't having any of it. He called me selfish, and then he kicked me out of our bedroom. I had to ask for a new one until he decided to let me in again. He told me that he's leaving tomorrow because he needs to be supportive of his brother, and told me I can continue the trip myself. But that's not the point of a honeymoon at all. I told him so, and he said that he would have known how B-word I was. He wouldn't have dated me. Damn. And now... am I really wrong here? Sorry, I can't reply to every comment, but I'm trying. I'm okay. Thanks for worrying about me. I'm trying to solve the problem, so sorry if I can't reply to the comments. I'll probably make another post when I fix this to let you know how everything went. Sorry for being absent so long.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
Listen, I understand your honeymoon is a big thing, but when something happens, like a traumatic event, like his family members get into car accidents. Yes, like she's explaining it, which like irritated me when I was reading this. She's explaining it like you can't do anything for them. Yes, of course, I'm sure he knows he's not a freaking doctor. He can't physically help them. This is when, like, yes, your family member, you're supposed to give them moral support.
The thing that you
Emotional
can do is
support.
emotional support.
And just like being there for family. That's why do you think people like when their family members get into car accidents or like have cancer, like they're at the hospital. Yes, they're not physically treating them, but they're giving them emotional and moral support that they need. And the fact that you're so reluctant to do that, like I get maybe, and that's even honestly would be a red flag if my husband reacted that way, to be like, hey, like I want to stay. Like, are you sure like we can't just stay? Expressing that to them and then them like doubling down. And after you said like, hey, no, I don't feel comfortable staying here after this happened to my family. I want to go back. And you like keep drilling in that like trying to explain your case further. Like it's a red flag in and of itself that you even like would try to, in my opinion. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my thought. So
I feel that the correct way that this should have gone is you get the news, you guys go back, but before you do, call the rest of the places that you were going to stay and be like, hey, like this is the situation. What can you do for us? Because I feel like a lot of places are accommodating.
yeah.
So
Especially stuff like that.
Yeah, it'd be easier to just push it further down the road and or get a refund. May not be a full refund, but like a partial refund or something. But yeah, there's better ways to go about this. I'd say OP. I'd say like 3 out of 5. Devils.
I'm gonna say 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 devils.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just like something. I sense a divorce
In their
coming.
near future.
Yeah, dude. Or real quick, if anything, when you get that kind of news when he got that kind of news about his family, don't even say anything. Let him react or decide. It'd be one thing if he was like, hey, like there's nothing we can do. Like let's stay.
Yeah.
Match made in heaven. But 2 very different opinions. But yeah. What?
There's a little bit of an update. I'll read this and I'll move on to the next one. I'm okay. Thanks for... the comment was, any updates in the situation is okay. She posted an update, but it was removed. Oh, really? Didn't anyone say it? I'm okay. Thanks for worrying about me. I'm sorry for not replying yesterday. My husband is gone and I'm waiting for my dad. I wrote an update to explain it better, but the mods are checking to see if it's okay. I'll be home soon. Some people offered to send me money and I've replied to some of the messages.
What?
Thanks a lot. But it's not necessary. I have money and a ticket home already. Thank you all for being such kind souls. I don't know what happens. No update, but it looks like they got like a ticket home or something. So
Am I the a-hole for telling my neighbors to get a hotel if they want to do stuff every night?
oh boy, kinky.
I
Throwback to our last episode where we talked all about feedism.
Feedism. I, 43 male, have 6 children. 4 daughters and 2 sons, age ranging from 16 to 2. All my daughters share a room and my sons share a room. In parentheses, I'm aware that's a bit intense, but they're both quite big rooms and they all enjoy sharing a room. Our house is connected to the next door, the next door, and the neighbor's bedroom is on the same wall as both my kids' rooms. Our new neighbors moved in about 4 months ago, and not to be TMI, but I swear they're always doing something. I'm not one to be confrontational, so I try to just ignore it. I can sleep through the night fine. But a few days ago, my daughter, female 5, came into my room at 2 a.m. crying, saying she thinks the neighbors are fighting each other, and that they were screaming. Of course, I was concerned and told my daughter to stay in my room and went to hers, and lo and behold, they were screaming, but not from fighting. At this point, I was irritated. If they want to do it every night, that's their choice, but if they're waking my children up at 2 a.m., I think I have a right to say something. The next day, I went over to their house and basically told the husband that if he's that horny, he can get a motel or shag in the basement. Oh, British folks.
Shag. Shout out to Austin Powers.
He got mad and embarrassed. He told me that it was none of my business what they did in the bed, and then slammed the door in my face. I feel like I may have been in the wrong, but they're also doing it 6 feet away from 6 sleeping children with only a thin wall in between. Am I the a-hole? Edit, as I explained it wrong. A lot of you are saying I was the a-hole for how I handled it, and from the way I wrote it, I completely understand that. I didn't put it in enough context. I share custody of my children and only have them on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as their mother and stepfather are in work those days. I want to make it clear that I have mentioned this to them many times over text. I I told them that they can do whatever they want, but on those days I'd appreciate some quiet, or for them to put on the TV show loud in the background so my children wouldn't hear them specifically. They didn't respect those wishes and actually started doing it a lot louder on those days, and also put on very loud you-know-what videos on as well. When I went to their house, that was months into the situation, and I had snapped. I apologized to them for snapping, but I still feel as if they aren't respecting me or my children at all. And this was weird because everyone in the comments was saying you were the a-hole, but I don't think they are at all.
Shout out to that neighbor though for going harder.
Not
after
shout
being
out.
asked.
But-
No, that's just a petty move right there. So it's very noble of the dad to go over and ask about it. Granted, I would have said that he would have just had to word it better the first time, and I feel like that would have given it a different prediction, even though he did an update. If he worded it a little bit different, I thought it was fine either way. But I feel like the neighbors are the a-holes.
Oh, for sure. And it kind of irritates me that people on Reddit are saying that this guy's the a-hole, because listen, number one, after reading the edit, this was months into the situation, and the dad was just frustrated. He didn't just start banging on their door saying, you guys can't have sex, my children are in
There was
door.
a build up to it.
The fact that he was respectful and told it's 2 days. And not only that, the fact that they, number one, did it louder to be petty. It would be different if it was like 2 adults, like if there were no children involved. But the thing is, there are children involved, and a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I think it's kind of weird, and honestly, I think I would go as far as to say is like the neighbors are a little bit like, it's a little pedophilic, if that's a word.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
knowing that there's kids and still
it's not
horizontal hugging louder.
That's what I'm saying, and it'd be one
even
thing
after you knew the kids were there.
right? Like you and doing it like in like louder to like protest that or whatever. Like you're trying to get back at the dad. Like it's just weird. Like I don't think anyone in their right mind would want children to hear them.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So
Even then, I wouldn't want anybody.
Yeah.
To hear. Like that's personal intimacy. Like I don't want anybody listening.
For real, if my neighbor texted me or like, oh my God, especially coming up to my house and be like, yo, like my family can hear you at night, I'd be freaking embarrassed.
Well,
like,
I think this is like apartments or a townhouse.
well,
or
yeah,
something.
neighbors though. That's what I meant. But yeah, I think that's really weird. And the fact that people are saying that you're the a-hole, like the top one is you're the a-hole. They got a room and they pay for it just like you do. They fill their house with noisy sex and you filled yours with the result of noisy sex. I'd slam the door in your face too. Yeah, just people aren't understanding like they're children.
Yeah.
And they're hearing you have sex. It's weird.
I would say OP 0 out of 5. Neighbors 3 out of 5. Reddit comments 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 for both Reddit comments and the neighbors.
And the neighbors.
Honestly, you know what? I'm gonna go as far as to say the neighbors are 5 out of 5.
Sound of the alarm.
Was that
5
my
out of
first
5.
5 out of 5?
For you, maybe.
Oh,
No, I feel like you gave out a lot in the early episodes.
I don't know. I don't know about a lot. I might have done.
Comment down
How
below.
many
Somebody
times?
go back, rewatch every single episode, and comment how many times a 5 out of 5 has been said. I think I've only done 1.
Have you done one? I didn't even think you've done one.
I thought I've done 1. Somebody go back and rewatch all of the episodes.
Let us know.
And bring up the history, please.
That actually really PMO'd.
Anyhow, this is by throwaway 636777754. 3 years ago. Am I the a-hole for telling my husband to get over himself after he accused me of sharing his private medical information with my friends? My husband has been in and out of the hospital for 2 months for health problems. He's home getting rest and his condition is stable. Not improving, but it's at least stable. My female friends come over since I can't leave the house during the night, and we chat in the living room for an hour or two. My husband heard me talk about his health with my friends and seemed bothered. I told him I was telling them about what's been going on, and he said I could keep it vague, not disclosing his private medical information. I thought he was just being ridiculous for this, and I thought he'd let it go. But last night he blew up at me after my friends left that once again went and shared private medical information about him with his consent. with his consent. And despite him repeatedly asking me to stop, I'm going to say without his consent, and repeatedly asked me to stop. We had a loud argument where I told him off for policing my mouth and told him to get over himself, since it wasn't like I was sharing his medical file online or anything. I'm just venting to my friends. He's sulking and is refusing to let it go. I'm violating his privacy repeatedly and disrespecting his boundaries, but I think he overreacted. Am I the a-hole? Edit. Listen, I'm not doing this deliberately. I just want to vent, and they're my closest friends. What's he so worried about that they'll share it with the whole city? Besides, it's not like my friends or those who know us don't know he's sick. He can't even stand on his feet any more than a couple of minutes, and everyone is aware of his condition and can tell just by the physical state he's in. I'm sorry I forgot to put our ages if it's relevant. I'm 32 and he's 36. He has CHC. Wow, and she even shares it on the post.
Bruh.
He has CHC that got worse within a year and more intense in just 2 months' time. I'm his caregiver, but family help out here and there. I'm open to accept judgment, but I'm just trying to get more information to make things clear.
At the end of the day, that's his medical records, bro. And the fact that he told you that, hey, like, don't share this, you doubled down and then shared it on the internet?
On the internet, yes.
Bro, that's wild. You're disrespectful as hell.
Yeah, the first comment is, he stated his boundaries, you disrespected them. Medical information is personal, and he has the right to decide who knows it, not you, not to vent. Honestly, I kind of think you need to get over yourself. Edit. My edit to your edit is YNT. You need therapy, not friends to dump on. Odds are they're sick of it anyway. He doesn't stop being a person just because he's sick. Double edit. Thank you for the awards. I mean, nice fix. Yeah. If you're going out of your way to repeatedly talk about a condition of a loved one after they've explicitly said, hey, like, I want to keep this to myself. Like, that's just not good. That's not fun. That's not accepting.
No.
And the disrespect of boundaries and all that, that's just bad. So, OP, 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say OP's 4 out of 5 for sure. You're
just
weird.
because it's so personal. Like, that's personal stuff.
And they told you. It'd be one thing if she unknowingly, that's still stupid.
Yeah.
But he told you.
It would have been more redeemable if you were like, oh, like, I'm sorry, like, I didn't know that you wanted this to ourselves, and then stop. But the fact that you kept going and mentioned what he had in the bread. Anywho, I digress. Jules, please.
The way I have to pee again.
Go
No,
pee.
wait. I'll wait.
No, go pee.
Okay.
Dang, didn't take much convincing. Jesus Christ.
Am I the a-hole for grounding my daughter because she called my sister-in-law a slut? My daughter, 14 years old, posted a picture of a family get-together on social media. A boy from school recognized her aunt from an adult film and messaged my daughter about it. I believe he sent her a video as well. Before this, she had no idea that her aunt was in the industry. It appears that boy spread this around the school, and my daughter is being teased about it. I notified the school, and they are looking into it and will plan to educate the students about sexism online. My husband and I are respectful and non-judgmental of my sister-in-law's profession and have tried to teach these values to our children. My daughter is understandably upset, and I feel for her, but she is directing all her anger and blame towards her aunt. She unfriended my sister-in-law from social media and removed all traces of her from her profiles. She refuses to join us for weekly dinners at my sister-in-law's house, and when they come over, she ignores them and just sits in her room playing Minecraft. I tried talking to her about tolerance, shame, and sexism, but she's dismissive of it all. My sister-in-law is hurt from all of this. Not only did she have her privacy invaded, but she has lost a good relationship with her niece. Last weekend, I went upstairs to my daughter's room to try and speak with her and get her to join us downstairs. My daughter refused and referred to my sister-in-law as a vapid slut. Damn. And her husband, a pathetic cuck, along with other slurs I don't want to repeat. I grounded her for 3 months and took away her internet. My husband definitely thinks that she should be punished for using that language, but that's too much. He also admitted he struggled accepting his sister's career path at first. He thinks she just needs space and will come around eventually because her aunt is family. Edit. Seems like my husband is right and I went too far with the punishment. I just never imagined those hurtful words coming from her mouth. I'm going to scale it back to 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. We'll decide with my husband later. We're definitely concerned for our daughter about what's happening at school, and we're looking into therapy. For clarification, as for my sister-in-law's privacy, she didn't consent to have her real name revealed to the world or have her films and personal information be passed around by 14-year-old boys.
Horny little boys.
Yeah, for real.
I got a few things to say. 1, horny little boys. 2, don't be knocking that industry. You make bank.
Millions, bro.
Millions.
That's one thing that, like, I think I've said it before on here. I hate when people try to tell you, like, oh, where's your self-worth? Your self-respect. How you gonna tell them what self-respect to have?
My wallet.
Like, that irritates me. Just because you wouldn't do it.
And then finally, I agree with the punishment for the language, though. That's just me. I'm not tough on language, but if I have my 14-year-old running around and saying that, like...
And the way she's, like, acting towards her aunt.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, you need to have a talk with her and get her to understand that, like, not to take out anger on other people. Because, yes, what's happening to her, like, she's getting teased and stuff, that's on the school. That's on the people in the school. Has nothing to do with the aunt. And the fact that she's directing her anger at her aunt is a problem.
Man.
And she needs to know that. So,
but OP, I'd say like 1 out of 5. Like, from a kid's perspective, like 1 out of 5. Like, oh, mom took away my internet. Blah, 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 blah. But like the kid, I'd say like a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, the kid just seems annoying. I don't like teenagers.
Jules, you know you were a teenager once, right?
Yeah, long time ago.
This was posted by the Monster King Typhoon. Would I be the a-hole if I tell my friend not to send me a Christmas card from her baby? I am a happy, child-free adult. Babies have always made me super uncomfortable. I do not like looking at them, being in their presence, or really hearing about them. I used to have panic attacks if I had to be near a baby or toddler, even for a minute or two. If a baby or toddler touches me, I'd freak out and have to go wash off a few layers of skin. I don't know what caused such an intense reaction, but it has always been like this. I've been working on at least being more cordial and tolerant with babies and toddlers to the point that I no longer have a panic attack. However, they still make me very uncomfortable, and I don't want anything to do with them. I have a friend, we'll call her Sally, who knows that I do not like babies and how uncomfortable they make me. Sally had a baby several months back. I was polite and congratulated her. Ever since, every so often, she'll randomly message me about her baby. She'll start it with, I know you don't like babies, but... ... and then send me pictures of her baby. Tell me about the toys, clothes that she bought for her baby, etc. I usually reply in brief messages like, nice, or okay, and leave it at that. I don't want to be mean, so I just give the minimal response. I delete photos immediately, usually our conversations too, because I'm not really interested. Sally and I are not, nor have we ever been, close friends. Recently, Sally posted in a group that we're both in, asking for people's address if they want to receive a Christmas card from her baby. That's how she worded it. I figured if I didn't fill out the document, that would be an easy non-confrontational way to ensure that I would not be receiving baby pictures in the mail. Fortunately, Sally messaged me privately today asking for my address so she could send me a Christmas card, so my silent opt-out is no longer an option. Will I be an a-hole if I tell her I don't want a Christmas card from her baby and to please stop sending me photos and updates about said baby?
No, I think it's a little weird how much OP's like friend or whatever is trying to push her baby on people.
Yeah. They know your boundaries, and once again, I think we went over this earlier. You have set your boundaries and they are overstepping.
Right.
So you could use this as a confrontational front to be like, look, like, I appreciate you sending the pictures and stuff, but I just do not like kids or babies or anything. So I would appreciate it if you would just stop.
I mean, it sounds like a full-on, like, phobia.
Yeah.
Like, you're disrespecting your friend's phobia. Like, it'd be one thing if she's, like, was just being a jerk about it. And even then, like, she doesn't want pictures of your kid. She doesn't want pictures of your kid. But the fact that, like, I'm sure you've expressed to her, like, that it physically, like, makes you, like, basically sick. Like, yes. That's weird. Like, at that point,
so OP, I'd say 0 out of 5. Friend, I'd say like 2 out of 5, because I'm sure it's out of innocence. But
I'm gonna say 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, this is it. Speaking of end of the day, this is the end of our day. This is our last story we have. Jules is going to use her golden pipes and read us off to sleep. So make sure you grab your coffee and popcorn and sit back and relax and enjoy.
Am I the a-hole for telling my downstairs neighbor? And this is similar to the other story about the sex story with the kids next door and stuff. Am I the a-hole for telling my downstairs neighbor that me expressing milk for my preemie baby will be my priority over his sleep? Preemie, for those of you who don't know, premature. So my daughter was born over 3 months early. She's doing okay, but she still has periods where she Bradley desats, in parentheses Braddies, where she stops breathing, oxygen saturation drops in her body, and she goes bright blue. That must be so scary as a parent.
Mm-hmm.
She does this at least once a day, and because of this, she's still in the NICU with no current projection for when she's coming out or coming home. The only thing I can do to help her is give her cuddles and provide her milk, which means expressing for 20 minutes minimum on each boob every 2 to 3 hours, including overnight. I have also had problems with fleas in my home, in parentheses, they've been awful for everyone in the area this year. So I've torn up all carpets and thrown away my sofa and mattress. So I'm currently sleeping on the floor on a blow-up mattress with my fiance. This means that any noise that I make, no matter how much I try to minimize it, carries downstairs to my neighbor. I express milk overnight, once at 11:30 p.m., 1 a.m., and then 6:30 a.m. My neighbor downstairs knocked on my door this morning and complained about the 1 a.m. alarm waking him up. I apologized and told him that I can't turn that specific alarm off because it's the expression that impacts my milk flow, and doing that expression will prompt me to produce more milk over the day. I'm already under enough stress that my milk flow was already being impacted. In parentheses, I was producing around 100 milliliters and I'm down to 50 to 70 milliliters. I need the alarms because I cannot miss my expressions. I already feel guilty enough that I'm not producing as much as I want. I explained all this to him and he still said that it wakes him up and that he can't sleep after it wakes him up. I again apologized and said that to him that I can set the alarm between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. and he can choose between those times. He said I should just turn off the alarm, and that I responded that I can't, because I can't afford to sleep through my expression times. He then said that I should express after 5 a.m., which isn't possible because the hormones that produce more milk are at their peak at between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. He complained about it waking him up again, and I angrily responded that my daughter is premature. She needs my milk, and I will do everything to make sure she's got as much as she needs, including waking you up at 1 a.m. because I need to express. She is my priority, not your sleep. I closed the door in his face. I just spoke to one of my friends, and she's telling me I'm the asshole because my daughter is eating every 3 hours, and I'm making just enough milk every time for at least one meal for her. So it won't hurt not to express at a 1 a.m. expression. But it honestly is the most important expression for milk production. So Reddit, am I the a-hole for not stopping expressing at 1 a.m. even though I know it wakes up my neighbor? ETA. Many people have suggested I put the phone on vibrate, which would be fantastic. It would be a fantastic solution if it wasn't for the fact that I have slept straight through having injections or having a cannula put in. In parentheses, I was awoken long enough to give permission to have put in. I'm guessing that means like some kind of intravenous or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm open to solutions, but putting my phone on vibrate is not going to work. ETA 2, I gave him noise-canceling earplugs and explained the situation when I first came home from the hospital. We were also pulling up the carpets 4 days before I went to labor, so it's not something that we could control. We have to leave the flea solution to work for 2 weeks, and the firm has already been booked to have new flooring put in after that 2 weeks. ETA 3, I've been asked to add this because it gives context to my neighbor's view regarding noise. He apparently needs absolute silence. Noise or vibration doesn't seem to matter. He made a noise complaint when I moved in because I flushed my toilet at night, and then again when my cat jumped down from her cat tree to get the food or water at night. I've learned every squeaky floorboard in my home because if I stand on one and the squeak wakes him up, he'll scream and bang on the ceiling. This will be my last edit. I'm no longer going to be reading comments here or via PM, as there have been some pretty heinous messages to me. I get it, Reddit. I'm the a-hole, but to the people who tell me that my daughter should stop breathing and die is unacceptable. And I have reported that specific message and blocked the user. This is quite enough internet for a while. Dude, side note from the story, people are sick.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Especially behind the keyboard, people are unruly.
Oh my god. Anyway,
OP, 0 out of 5. You're fine.
What do you think she was labeled? Asshole or no asshole?
A-hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because people can only think about themselves and not others.
But like, she went into detail and like, it sounds like the neighbor is just like a spaz. First of all, if you need that much silence, you should not be living in like an apartment complex or whatever the hell that you're living in.
Building.
Yeah, that's on you. Like, you chose to live there. Or I don't know your financial situation, but I'm sure you could have found a quieter place or maybe a cabin in the freaking woods or something. But it just sounds like the OP's neighbor just wants to complain. And you bought it. It's not like you're not doing everything that you can. You gave him an option. Yes, 1 a.m., 3 a.m., not ideal, but I mean, what are you gonna do? It's your home.
And he could also move his bed. Like, depending on the apartment layout, he could just move it.
Or wear the noise-canceling headphones. That's not something that I didn't understand. Why wouldn't you utilize the headphones?
Or earplugs or something.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're in a compromised situation. It's not your fault, and you gotta do what you gotta do. But again, this irritates me. Why is everyone saying she's that a-hole?
I'd say OP, 0 out of 5. Downstairs neighbor, 3 out of 5. Just stop being annoying. Stop being annoying. Suck it up.
Yeah, people are so rude. Oh my god, I'm getting peanut mode.
Well, guys.
Peanut mode.
That's it for this week. Speaking of end of the day, that
was our last episode. That was our last episode.
Anywho, Jules, any final words for the camera?
This has been great. Thank you guys.
Oh, sorry. Any final words for our friends?
Friends, folk. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day. I don't know when you're listening to this. Well, 2 p.m. hopefully. Yeah, wonderful rest of your day.
I love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, comment down below. Is Jules getting better?
I think I am.
Don't comment that sentence. Comment a response.
I think I am, honestly.
But anywho, I've been Jordan.
I've been Jules.
And this has been
Just Reddit.
Bye, everybody.